Our beloved judges, ladies and gentlemen, and also our fellow opponent. So it is a very honorable thing here to be here today as the first speaker of the government side, which support the motion stated that this House believes that feminist movements should openly reject Taylor Swift as a feminist icon. So before I get into our argument, let me first define some keywords. So the first keyword is feminist movements. So feminist movements is the activity that promote the equality, whether in race or gender. And the second key term is feminist icon, which is the person who is promoting the equality, especially for women, who improve the life of other women. And of course, a well-known Taylor Swift, which is a country pop singer, which I guess all of you have already heard of her. She is a very famous singer, artist, and has already many world tours. And so, because she is a very well-known artist, she really has a huge impact either on her fans or our people, and this is why she couldn't just act as free as what she wants. She is the role model of everybody. And me, as the first speaker of the government side, will present you guys the first argument, and my fellow second speaker will present you guys the second argument, and our third speaker will sum everything up and do the rebuttals. So our first argument is that, okay, so before we get into the argument, we just want to tell you guys that here we didn't say that, we don't mean that Taylor Swift is a bad person. We just mean that she is not good enough to become a feminist icon. So the first speaker is that she always plays as the victim. A well-known feud between celebrities, the source of the Bad Blood video, which is one of her famous songs. She said that it is a revenge on Katy Perry, and in the Bad Blood video, she also featuring her rich and famous friend, or in other words, squad. And we have proof of that because she did say that she is indeed talked about Katy Perry when she was interviewed with the Rolling Stones. She quoted that she did something so horrible, I was like, oh, it's just straight up enemy. And it wasn't even about a guy, it's about a business. So by doing this, by doing the revenging in the MV music video, she has ruined her relationship. Even like she has made it even worse than before. She didn't find a better solution to make up with her friends. And this is like she is using women against other women, which is the total opposite of the definition of the feminist icon. And another case, which related to Nicki Minaj, which is also a well-known artist. She has tweeted that, Nicki has tweeted that, if your video celebrates women with very slim bodies, you will be nominated for Video of the Year. By this Twitter, she means that she wants to talk about the problem in our society, in the music industry, that they only, get the beautiful girls. They don't care about the people who aren't slim, who are thin enough. And Taylor Swift actually took it for herself, and she tweeted that it's unlike you to pick women against each other. And by doing this, she wanted to say that Nicki Minaj was saying that to her because of the video Bad Blood, but it is like she is taking she wants to be the victim to get the attention. Like, she could have used it to also support other women, to support the women, the not the model women or not the thin enough women to also have equality in the music industry. And by doing this, she is doing the exact opposite thing of the meaning, the feminist icon or feminist movement. Please, ladies and gentlemen, the meaning was to promote equality, to improving the life of women, to help each other, to make women's life better. But what she is doing here is like picking up other women against other women and also play the victim herself. So our first argument is that she plays the victim. She didn't act according to the definition of the feminist movement or feminist icon. Thank you.
A very good morning to honorable judges, my fellow debater, and ladies and gentlemen. I am the first speaker from the opposition side who strongly disagree with the motion stated that this House believes that feminist movement should openly reject Taylor Swift as a feminist icon. But first of all, as the government side have already mentioned some key terms in these motions, let me define other terms. First is about openly. Openly here is referred to publicly, mean that you want to use the public peoples in order to force someone not to do something, while rejects here is referred to the disapproval of doing some things. So let me quote a common quote nowadays that we always use. Hater gonna hate. And first, let me reply to the government side regarding their arguments. First of all, they mentioned about Taylor had an argument or conflict with Katy Perry as in the song of Bad Blood. However, if you look at the social media, she of course applied to Katy Perry by apologize and post her status in order to respond to what she did. So it showed what? It showed that she has a high responsibility in what she has done. However, as a feminist icon, we not only see things that, oh, she did this wrong, and you just openly reject her from doing that kind of thing again. So here, she also apologized, which means that she also take the responsibility of what she did. And also, ladies and gentlemen, it's about human being. We are human. We have limitations. When we have planned everything, but then someone just come and ruin your plan, do you think that is fair? Do you think that you, human being, will stand with it and you feel that it's okay to let them do so because just you occupy a position called feminist icon? So here, the government side also mentions that she say that she did everything so hard and it's not about men, it's about business. She is a businesswoman and someone just ruined your business. Don't you think that you, a feminist icon, still stand there and you don't care about your own business just like this, just because your position as a feminist icon? Also regarding the Nicki Minaj, of course, she kind of victimized herself. However, she also apologized again. She also apologized, ladies and gentlemen. So at the end, she take that responsibility, like, okay, now I do this wrong, and now I say, okay, it's wrong, so I'm sorry, and stuff like this. So then, it showed that it's also end the conflicts in this social medias. So now, the government side trying to depict something bad about Taylor's. So now let me deliver you some good things about Taylor Swift. First of all, if we stress on the word in the motions, openly rejects, which means that the feminist movement just completely disapproval of her doing such kind of things. So that's they should not reject her, but they should encourage her to participate more of the things. She also contributes things into the feminist movement. Like, even though she not participate in some activity, however, she also use her word. She also contribute her money and other wills in order to promote that feminist movement. We, as a feminist, we should not just, oh, you did this wrong, and then we just reject them completely. So that's why we have to rethink that. She also contribute something. For example, she donated $1 million to Louisiana flood relief so that she also wants to help other people. As a feminist icon, we want to promote the equality between men and women, and we also want them to live at a prosperous life as well. Also, when you just see that she did something wrong just a little bit, but then you just openly reject her. So that's an influence other celebrities. Like, oh, if you want to be a feminist icon, you have to put a lot of effort in order to be a feminist icon. You have to participate in everything. So you should not do anything that's against a feminist icon, even though it's about your own business, even though some people just want to straighten your life, just want to steal your business. But then it's about you as a feminist icon. You have to put a lot of effort so that no one would openly reject your positions. So then those celebrities just discouraged from involving in feminist icons because you use the public in order to reject them from doing so. Also, she has different ways of promoting the feminism as well, through songs, through words. So that's why we, as a feminist movement, we should seek other possibility in order to promote our ideologies to the societies. So all in all, we, the opposition side, strongly disagree with the motion stated that this House believes that feminist movement should openly reject Taylor Swift. Thank you.
Very good morning, judge, ladies and gentlemen. I am also a speaker from the government side, and I still strongly agree with the motions that the House believes feminist movement should openly reject Taylor Swift as a feminist icon. But first, I want to respond to my opponents that he said that she has contributed a lot of money and donate a lot of donation. But we should think that there are two kinds of donation. One is by heart, and another one is to gain attention and to bring them more popular. So we don't know exactly our intentions. Taylor Swift, she really wants to help all those people or wants to gain more attention by them. And now let's move on to my second argument. Taylor Swift supports white people is only feminism. Yes, in the feminism community, there has been a lot of debates and discussions talk about feminism. And Taylor Swift is always the topics of this discussion. She has been made up the first with white people is only feminism. And it is a branch of feminism that ignore the intersectionalities between race, genders, ability, class, gender identifies, and other characteristics when devised ways to against the oppressive social system that impacts men, women, and non-gender conforming individuals. The reasons why people is only feminism is dangerous to feminist movement is that this is unfair that all feminisms cannot accept, and it is against the purpose of feminist movement. These feminists assume white people only feminist. White is only feminist. The reasons why people is only feminist is dangerous for feminist movement is that this is unfair. This is unfair that feminists cannot accept. This moment, these feminisms assume white people is to be only individual who can get benefit from the feminist or needs to be celebrated, which is so far from the truth. The truth that all people, all women, even they black or white, they should get benefit from the feminism. And another dangerous is that men, women, and non-genders Non-genders being silenced and disregarded. When white people is only feminism as approach, they will band together and denounce these outside views and donate and comment. If black women not be recognized their talent or contributions to pop culture, there's only white women can do that. Exactly, it is the bad feminism. If we promote only white people is feminism like Taylor Swift does. What is the point of having a feminist movement? Taylor Swift represents the feminism that does not include everyone and does not fight things for everyone. If she isn't fighting for the liberation of all, she has an extremely flawed view of what it means to be feminism. And feminism is about giving each individual equally. No matter what race, sexualities, and gender, feminism does not look down to people. Because our house Taylor Swift is only supported by feminism, which really causes harm to society, and as well as increasing the racism between black people and white people, that we shouldn't consider her as a feminism. So I strongly agree that feminist movements should openly reject Taylor Swift as a feminist icon. Thank you.
Good morning again to ladies and gentlemen, judges, and my fellow debaters. My name is Vanlika Muda, and I am the second speaker of the opposition side. However, before getting to my arguments, I would like to answer to the government side about the donations of Taylor Swift. They have mentioned that the donation, we have no evidence saying that the donation is either by heart or to get attentions. However, it's not about the intentions, but it's the actions that count. She donated out of humanitarian. It's her actions. Her donations have those poor people, had the people who are being victimized by floods. And also, to answer to the first speaker of the government side, talking about the Nicki Minaj, the tweet, her response tweet on Nicki Minaj, saying that it's unlike you to pick women against each other. In this tweet, Taylor Swift did not specifically mention that she herself victimized herself to the Nicki Minaj Twitter. In Taylor Swift's Twitter, she just confronted Nicki Minaj about the girl-on-girl hate that the post of that Nicki Minaj tweet has made. So and that is feminism to me, because she against a girls-on-girls fight. Also, the other arguments about why feminism. So far, I have only heard the government side talking about the bad impacts of white feminism, but they have not mentioned any evidence or actions that there are Taylor Swift involving in the white feminism. And also, you cannot just generalize about Taylor Swift focusing on white feminism when she has been promoting even though through her music video, you can see black people, and even in her squad, Taylor Swift squad, there are black people in it. So the case about white feminism is kind of too generalized. And so moving on to my first argument, saying that Taylor Swift has been publicly promoting feminism on media as well as on social media. For example, on the French and Canadian TV, Tout le monde en parle, she has, instead of caring about her image, her public image, she has said that she can't stand the way that media portrays women as rivals than allies. And that is feminism to me again. You promote peaceful and sisterhood between girls and feminists. And moving on to the second argument, it's about confronting the double standard.
Ladies and gentlemen, the double standard here means that you're using one standard to judge yourself while using another different standard to judge the other people. Through me on Australia radio show, she has said that people have criticized her when she writes her music about her exes. However, there has been no criticism when the male artists such as Bruno Mars wrote a song about their exes. And that is double standard because she is a feminist and they judges her about that, while the male artist has not been criticized. And she, instead of caring about her own image, she openly confronted this to raise people awareness that what they are doing this day is about is double standard judging. And in feminism, we promote equality between people, between gender, between male and female. My last argument is that Taylor Swift inspires girls to follow their dreams. She inspires girls through her songs, and also her success has been inspiring to young women as well, because she has been the most successful pop singer in the music industry, which has been dominated by male for a very long time. And also her life story, her struggle in order to get into the music industry is really inspiring to her fans and to girls and to other girls around the world, because she has been fighting from being a country girl in order to a successful music producer. And we can also see, as an evidence, one of her songs stating means. She also in the music video we also see about it show the and also one of her response to Kanye West in the Grammy Award, saying that there's going to be people that's going to take credit from you, but you just have to move on and keep going, ignore the background noise. And that is inspiring. She inspired young girls to keep moving on, to follow their dream. And for this reason, my team, as the opposition side, still strongly disagree that with the motion stating that the House believes that feminist movement should openly reject Taylor Swift as a feminist icon. Thank you.
Gentlemen, I'm here as a third speaker from the government side to support this motion stated that this House believes that feminist movement should openly reject Taylor Swift as a feminist icon. Okay, before I revert to my fellow opponent, I need to restate the definition to you once again, that it's feminist movement is to promote equality. So we can see that we admit that she has done many donations to the children, to the like someone who suffer from the flood or something, but my second speaker has stated that hard or to gain fame, to gain attention from the people, because we can see that many people has done many donations in order to gain fame, not they did it by heart. And one more thing is that she is not the only one who climbed to the top. Other celebrity does, like Miley Cyrus, Selena Gomez. Of course, they use their talent, they use their ability in order to get to the top, to get famous. So we can't just say that just because she climbed there to the top by her own, so she can be the feminist icon. And one more thing is that a good attitude about the charity doesn't mean that she could inspire people. And one more thing is that there is no evidence that her work did inspire people. Like, there is no one as the living proof that her work did inspire people. There's just a message in the song. Every song has a message to all the people. So everyone can do it. So if we can't just say that because just her work deliver many message to people, what about many other songs like Selena Gomez, Miley Cyrus? They have done many songs as well. So why don't we just make them as the feminist icon as well? And we can see that she has played a victim for a decade. This is not like we admit to the first speaker of the government side has said that people can make mistakes. We can correct them we can tell them in order to correct it. But she hasn't done it only once. She has done it many times. That
we need to reject her, and we can't just support people to make mistakes and apologize. They can, so if they can just apologize afterward, so it means that it's okay to make mistakes for people to other people as well. And once again, as Kanye West scandal, we can see that she didn't apologize to him at all. She said that Kanye West used her name and the line in his song "Famous" without her permission. But then Kim Kardashian did release the evidence that Taylor Swift did agree to give the permission to them. So after that, she didn't apologize at all. She still stay firm on her stand that Kanye West made a mistake on her by using her name, her line without her permission. So it means that she didn't apologize. She still said that she is the one who right and Kanye West is the one who wrong. And it means that she is a self-centered person who does things only for her benefit. And like Nicki Minaj, Katy Perry, Kanye West thing is that she criticized the other to make herself benefit from it. It's like she make herself like play the victim, so people will pity her and she will get benefit from it. And one more thing is that she only support white feminism. Okay, if we rank Taylor Swift as the feminist icon, so what is the use of promoting equality in this world when she only promoted white feminism? Like we can see that, of course, in her squad, she has her best friend who is black people, but there is many evidence so that she treat her as her best friend because she gave many benefit to Taylor Swift as well. That's the reason that she treat her as her best friend. And recently, on 22nd Jan 2017, there is a Women's March Day in America, and many celebrities have joined, like Demi Lovato, Ariana Grande, Katy Perry have joined the march, but she didn't at all. Of course, she is as one of the feminist icons. You need to join it because it's very important to support women. We can say that she don't need to join all the activity, but this one is to support women. She need to join it, no matter how busy she was. When other celebrities, of course, they are busy too, but they make time for it, so she should make time for it as well. And she only posts on the Twitter that so much love, pride, and respect for those who march. I'm proud to be a woman today and every day. Even her fans upset about her post in the Twitter as well. She said that she does this to people to say that because she was busy, so that's why she can't join it. But why can't she join it when the other can? No matter how busy she is, this is to promote women, to promote equality. She need to join it. She need to make time for it. And like we said that feminist movement is to promote peace, not bring greed or hatred at all. But we can see that she hasn't done anything to promote feminism yet. As I said once again, doing charity doesn't mean that she done a good deed into the feminist movement. And she hasn't done anything to promote the feminism yet, plus she only demoted it more by promoting only white feminism to be the feminist icon. So we can see that she used the feminist movement to benefit herself, not to promote the feminist movement. And that's all for my speech, and thank you.
Good morning again to our beloved judges, as well as my fellow debater, as well as all the audiences came to support as well as to see the debate. So I'm the third speaker of the opposition side, and my responsibility is to rebut as well as to summarize the point that the opposition side made again. So to answer to the government side, which mentions about the how Taylor Swift donate money but just to gain fame. You can see that Taylor Swift has donated so many to help the people in need. She does not donate just one time and then that's it. She's been donating years and years, but she does not donate only the money, but she's also trying to help by her mind, her heart, by posting on social media, as well as she said it herself on the media, to promote the feminism, to promote the equality between men and women. And also think about it. When they mention about Taylor Swift, how Taylor Swift is trying to victimize herself into the thing that doesn't involve her. So you can imagine that for the celebrities, whenever she's getting into conflict, they give her the bad image. So if she wants to attract attention, so why did she make it gain the attention from the bad image, the bad negative? She also suffered the side effects, the consequences for getting into the conflict. So this means that she's getting into conflict because she feels like she needs to take action. She doesn't really do it just to get fame and that's it. Also, about the confrontation with Nicki Minaj and Katy Perry, she did apologies. Feminism, just because you made one mistake and then you was regarded as not a feminism. Feminism, in this way, I believe this is like a discrimination, because just because someone made a mistake and then she accepted it, admitted, but you just rejected her completely. Is that how feminism works? I think this is promote like discrimination because she make mistakes, a lot of mistakes. Then no, she's not going to be a feminist icon. And Taylor Swift did apologize. She accepted her mistake. She tried, when she accepted her mistake, it meant that she's tried to change herself. She's trying to, show responsibility over it. So it's like she's trying to change all mistakes. So if you rejected her as a feminism just because she makes just a few mistakes, then it's not feminism. You discriminate her because she made too many mistakes. Then it could also give the bad image to the other celebrities as well as people. And also about the Kanye West, you mentioned about how Taylor Swift got into the conflict with Kanye West, and because she said, because you can see that Kanye West did use a bad word on her, no offense, but he mentioned like, I make that bitch famous. That word bitch here is a discrimination, give a bad image on the girl, and this how, so she disagree on this point because that words, it's like giving a bad image to, as well as she's mentioned about how in her Kanye West song about how taking I make that bitch famous. So it's like she's get famous not by her own ability but because of someone else. They take her credit for it. And also in the Grammy Award, she mentioned about how we should not let other people, take over our success, and we just move on with it. Move on here meaning she want to end the feud. She doesn't want to make any to continue the fight any longer. So this is how feminism works. They don't want to prolong the feud. They want peace. Also about the Women March, she did post the tweet on Twitter how she support and provide love to the feminist march. And this, the government side mentioned about how Taylor Swift didn't do anything. I believe that the government side contradicts herself because she did do something. She did post on social medias, on the medias, like my teammate, the opposition, my teammate has mentioned, she did do some things, even though it's not that big, but she did do something about it. And also you can see that you don't know the whole story of it. You may, Taylor Swift maybe have some problem with her families or any other problem. You don't know about the whole story, so you cannot just generalize that Taylor Swift didn't go there. It's just you didn't take actions to promote feminism. So to summarize our opponent's arguments, we mentioned about how Taylor Swift promote feminism through by donations as well as inspiring people on social medias, and also on medias how she's react immediately when the medias portray women as a rival rather than allies. Also about another argument that the opposition side has made is that we should not openly reject her because it could give, the pressure, the bad image, discourage other celebrities as well, other people to become a feminist icon as well, just because you make a mistake. Also, the second point about we promote about the expose the double standards about how people use a different standard to judge people, and this is discrimination. This is not feminism because everyone, everyone has the same standard. It's just one standard, not double standard. We use the good standard to judge yourself and the other standard to judge others. So all in all, our opposition side still strongly disagree with the motion that state that the feminist movement should openly reject Taylor Swift as a feminist icon. Thank you.
So a very good morning again to honorable judges, my fellow debater, ladies and gentlemen. So after this debate, I, from the opposition side, have found two classes. First of all, it's about the meaning of donations. The government side trying to mention the purpose of doing donation, but they overlook about that behavior. When you do that donation, even though it's for the frame of yourself or anything, but we look at the behavior. She did it, she donated the money for them, and that's benefit to those that receive that money. It doesn't mean that she do it, and my first speaker also mentions that she do it continuously, like she from years to years she donate a lot, and that you think that what she earned from doing her as a singer, and she donate to those people, with whether it's whether you only look out for the purpose, or you have to look at the behavior of that doing as well. And also the government side trying to mention about bad things that Taylor Swift had done, while us, the opposition side, have found good things that Taylor Swift has done throughout her careers, and also to promote the feminist ideologies as well. So the government side mentions like she did violence, like conflicts between Nicki Minaj or Katy Perry and so on. But I mentioned again, she does apologize about this, and we as a human being, we cannot stand someone just threaten our business, just threaten our life, and just because we occupy the position as a feminist icon, then we just ignore it completely, and then when you respond to it, then the public just start to openly reject you from the position as a feminist icons. Moreover, I also mentioned that we should not openly reject her, because it's also influence to the others celebrity from doing or involving in a feminist movement, and also it's also influence fans when she did donations, like they should do something good as well. And also for the white feminisms, they are too generalized. They didn't depict anything related to Taylor Swift. They only mentions about bad thing of the white feminisms, that they should not be a feminist icons. And also, we also mentioned about she promotes feminism through media, social medias, and many other things. For example, like French TV and Australia radio also. But the opposition side just overlook that kind of things. And she also inspires other people as well. Like we look, she now is a very famous female singer, and she won many awards. Don't you think that it inspires you as a female? You should do something. You should grab your dream, and also be a prosper one. You can win a lot of awards, not just men to do so, but it's also women to get such kind of thing as well. So all in all, we, the opposition side, still strongly disagree with the motion stated that this House believes that feminist movement should openly reject Taylor Swift as a feminist icon. Thank you.
So a very good morning again to ladies and gentlemen, our beloved judges, and of course fellow opponents. So let's take a look back at what the first speaker of the opposition side had just said. He said that when you did, so overally he means that when you did a mistake and when you apologize, it's done. But please, ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at a simple example. When you broke a glass and you try to fix it by gluing it, will it look the same as what it looked before? We still be able to see the crack, right? And yes, they also said that Taylor Swift is a very, very popular artist, which is why she can also influence many, many, many people on earth. So that's why we cannot just skip it. And when she do apologize, of course, she did apologize, and the feud came with it. The feud calmed down. But what about the effect? Like, we did mention that Taylor Swift gets side effect from those discrimination also, but what about the other artists, the other celebrities? They don't. They also get many, many side effects from Taylor Swift fans and also other people. They also have effect on their own business. And that's why before she apologized, the other victim also received the damage. And just because she apologized, that doesn't mean that the damage are gone. And we sadly disappointed a bit, because what our third speaker said that she has asked that the proof of her song inspire people. You can give us the proof that her song did inspire people, that a specific person. And also about the charity. Of course, everybody can do charity, even us. Even you guys have at least done one charity in your life, right? And just because you do the charity, that doesn't mean that we all people who do the charity non-stop can become a feminist icon. If that's the reason why you become a feminist icon, then every woman on earth, like almost every woman on earth, has become the feminist icon already. And this is why we all strongly agree the motion that this House would openly reject Taylor Swift as the feminist icon because she really has a huge impact on us people